Hi guys, welcome back again. Now this time I am going to read you a book about the stars and the planets because this week we are focusing on our solar system and learning things about the solar system. But let's start reading this book. Now this book has a lot of chapters, so we're not going to read all of them, but I'm going to read you some important facts about the stars and the planets, especially the planets, okay? So let's start reading. It's a very interesting book. We are going to start with our solar system. And as you can see, we can see all the planets in there orbiting around and around the sun, which is right there. Around and around they go, orbiting around the sun. All the planets together. So the solar system. Humans live on a small planet in a tiny part of a vast universe. This part of the universe is called the solar system and is dominated by a single brilliant star, which is the sun. That's correct. The solar system is the Earth's neighborhood, and the planets Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are the Earth's neighbors. They all have the same stars in the sky and orbit the same sun. Scientists believe the solar system began about 5 billion years ago, perhaps when a nearby star exploded and caused a large cloud of dust and gas to collapse. The hot central part of the cloud became the sun, while some smaller pieces formed around it and became the planets. So as you can see, very interesting, our solar system started 5 billion years ago, and that's a long time ago. Can we have a look at all the planets in here? We can start with Mercury down there, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn with the ring, the planet with the ring, it's Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. But I don't think Pluto counts as a planet anymore in our solar system. They considered Pluto as a dwarf planet, the scientists. So this is the sun. Have a look. It's so hot, isn't it? Look at the core of the sun. This is the core of the sun. The sun is so hot, extremely, extremely hot. The sun is the center of the solar system. This enormous star gives us all the light and the heat we need to grow food and keep warm. The sun, however, is not the largest star in the galaxy. It seems very big and bright because it is only 150 million kilometers away from Earth. Light from the sun takes 8 minutes to reach us. Light from Sirius, the next brightest star, takes 8 years. The sun is made up of gases, mostly hydrogen, and is powered by a natural process called nuclear fusion. Okay, so the star is made out of gases, mostly hydrogen. Wow, look at that. Amazing, amazing. Very, very interesting. So this picture shows the boiling surface of the sun. The boiling surface. It must be boiling in there. Can we go near the sun? No, because it will melt us in seconds. In a second we'll be melted and nobody can reach near the sun. Nobody. It's impossible. The cool dark patches that you see in there, called sunspots, lie beneath the bright spots seen over here. So these are all the sunspots that you see down there. And it's got a lot of energy, the sun. A lot of energy. Mercury and Venus, as you can see, they have thick clouds. See, Mercury and Venus, and they have erupting volcanoes. Can you see? A lot of erupting volcanoes happen in Mercury and Venus. And this is our beautiful planet, Earth. And we know enough about Earth, do we? We know that on planet Earth we have 4 seasons because as we orbit around the sun, the closer we get, we come closer to the sun, and we have the season of summer. As we move a little bit more away from the sun, we go into autumn, and then the furthest we go into winter, and then we start to move closer to the sun again, and then we get spring. And when we are the closest, we are back into summer again. So planet Earth, we live on a small planet, the only place in the solar system where life seems to flourish. Okay, so planet Earth is a colorful planet of green spaces, deserts, deep oceans, and fields of ice. Okay, and we have a lot of oxygen, and that's why life is livable. And this is a livable planet, and we have life on planet Earth because we have oxygen, not all the hydrogen like the sun and the other planets. They have lots of very poisonous gases, but planet Earth has a lot of oxygen, and it's made out of oxygen and water and green lands where we can grow food. We've got our 4 seasons, we've got the sun, we've got lots and lots and lots of different things on planet Earth. We've got a nice atmosphere on planet Earth. And then this is the Earth's moon, but we're going to read about the Earth's moon next week when we learn more about the moon. Okay, Mars. What's Mars like? Mars is like a rusty red color when you look at Mars, or when the scientists have looked at Mars. And again, Mars is a very hot planet. It's got, what else has it got? It's got orange red color, as we said, and it's covered by rusty red rock and dotted with huge canyons and volcanoes. So it's got a lot of volcanoes too, even planet Mars. Okay, what about Jupiter? What does the book tells us about Jupiter? Named after the king of the Roman gods, Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. So it's Jupiter, not Saturn. It's the largest planet. It is 300 times heavier than the Earth and more than twice as heavy as all the other planets added together. The enormous gravity causes very high temperatures and pressure deep inside Jupiter. This stormy planet is clogged by noxious gases such as hydrogen, ammonia, and methane, and topped by bitterly cold swirling cloud zones. Wow! So this is another planet full of poisonous gases, and it can get extremely cold in there. What about Saturn? Wow, this is a very interesting planet, isn't it? The bright rings of Saturn are a dazzling highlight of the night sky. Ever since Dutch scientists saw them through a telescope more than 300 years ago, astronomers have turned their sights to Saturn. From the Earth, it seems that Saturn is surrounded by 3 rings. But in 1981, they discovered that there are thousands of narrow ringlets made up of millions of icy particles. So all these rings and ringlets that you see here, this big ring, it's made out of icy particles. Very interesting. The ringlets stretch for thousands of kilometers into space in a paper-thin disk. The rings were formed long ago, perhaps when a moon or an asteroid came too close to Saturn and was torn apart by the strong gravity of the planet, which is the second largest in the solar system. Very interesting. I didn't know that the ring is formed by tiny ringlets that stretch for kilometers. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Uranus. What do we know about Uranus? Okay, as Uranus lies twice as far from the Sun as Saturn, we know the known size of the solar system suddenly doubled. Uranus is nearly 4 times the size of the Earth, and it orbits the Sun every 84 years. It's made out of hydrogen and helium. So lots of gases, even Uranus. It's made out of a lot of gases. Can we live there? No, we can't. And Neptune. Neptune is the smallest of the 4 gas planets and more than 3 billion kilometers away from the Sun. Wow. So this planet's core is about the size of the Earth and is surrounded by a frozen layer of water and ammonia. Like other gas planets, Neptune's atmosphere consists mainly of hydrogen. So again, very, very, very gassy. So here are, my friends, all these different planets that we've been reading about. Very interesting, eh? You can go back to this video if you want to repeat the information that I just read to you, okay? So for now, we are going to do an activity. You have been provided with a piece of paper, and you are going to find a ball, and then you're going to trace the ball into this piece of paper, and you have to come up with at least one planet that you want to make. You want to make a two-dimensional planet, If you want to make more than one planet, and why not, I'll encourage you to do more than one. Make sure that the ball is not as big as mine, otherwise you won't have room to make a second or a third or a fourth. So think about it. How many planets do you want to make? I want to make one, so that's why I have chosen a bigger ball. But if you want to make more, choose a smaller ball so you've got enough room in your paper. And I have chosen to do planet Mars. You know why I have chosen to do planet Mars? Because planet Mars, it's really interesting in my opinion. I love the rusty red-orange color. I love how humans want to try to get into Mars, but it's still very difficult to get there because it's too far away. I know that they have sent robots into Mars, and they have found out a lot of interesting facts. As we said, it contains a lot of volcanoes, and it's a very, very hot planet. And that's why I have chosen to do planet Mars. So this is my planet in the shape of a circle. What I need to do is, I need to grab some red colored paper. I'm going to add some glue at the back, and then I am going to stick this paper onto my planet. At home, I don't know, because Dee and Chris have packed up the packs that go home. If they have given you different colored paper in your packs, go ahead, cut the paper into strips and keep gluing it all around your planet. If you don't have the colored paper, you can always color some paper, cut it, and then stick it. So it's quite easy. Grab some textures or crayons at home. Once you choose your planet, get the colored paper and then make your planet. So here I am. I'm going more and more and more, making more strips of paper and gluing them into my planet Mars, because I've chosen to do Mars today. And that's the way it goes. So keep going, cover everything. You get the idea now. Cover the whole planet with your colored paper. Make Earth if you want. You can make Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn. If you choose to do one of the planets with the rings, which is Saturn, go around and make the ring. Don't forget to make the ring. Okay, bye for now. Have fun. Bye.